All right.
Hello, fish keepers, and welcome to Royal Fish Aquatic. Well, today's special guest is Ozzie for All In Tanks. How you doing today, Ozzie?
Yep. I'm doing okay, man. Besides my face falling off here, I got like 5 teeth that are infected right now. I gotta go see the dentist. So
Oh, damn.
once I take care of that, I'll be a lot better. You know what I mean? So, but other than that, I'm just trying to get through a few things in life. I was explaining backstage that um I got pulled over by racist police because my wife was racially ambiguous, and they pulled me over, and I didn't have a license because my wife was throwing up on the side of the road with a migraine. We were literally around the corner of where we had to go, and I got pulled over, and they gave me a whole bunch. They laced me up with like 10 tickets. Like literally, the whole paper was like probably 10 feet in tickets. So now I owe like $1,300 to the county of Monroe, the town of East Rochester, and Pittsburgh town court.
That is crazy, man. What
Yeah,
is
and
going
my end game though, like my end game is to have my license though, so that I can be able to drive my family around safe and sound.
on?
That's where I'm trying to get to. You know.
So they gave you a whole bunch of tickets, man.
Yeah, man, they threw the book at me pretty much, man, and
hmm
have to have that happen like that, man. It was definitely one of those things where um I don't know, it just really hit me hard because it put me in the hole,
hmm
financially it did.
Yeah, sometimes life throws us those punches, but keep your head up. We'll get through it. I got your Cash App posted up here right now and everything.
But thank
So
you,
if
brother. I
anybody wants
appreciate
to
it.
give Ozzy a hand and everything, his Cash App is right here. And where was this at? Where you at? You in New York, right?
Yeah, I'm in Rochester, New York.
Rochester, New York.
Yep.
So so I want to sit down and get to know you a little bit more. I've been watching your channel and everything, and one thing I was telling you that I like about your channel is you're doing, fish keeping on a budget, and
Yeah.
you're fairly new into this hobby and into doing YouTube. So how long actually have you been keeping fish yourself?
Well, my wife is has been a fish keeper for a few years now, but
hmm
we just never took the jump to fish tube. Um, I've been, I don't know, I help her. Like in the beginning, I was helping her, if she needed like water treatment or stuff that was really hard for her to do by herself. But and then just one day, I decided I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop doing music for a while, and I'm gonna help her with the hobby, and that was since last November. So I've been helping her, and I've been engaged in the hobby since November.
What type of
We're
music
just
you do?
new. I do hip hop music.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I do music like conscious rap. I do hardcore hip hop.
hmm
My favorite is to do conscious rap though. I love to like enlighten people and so, share a message. When I do music, I want it to be topical and make sure that people get something out of my music. My music is for people who think, who are thinkers.
hmm
I don't talk about money or drugs or or sex or anything like that.
Yeah, I feel you. That's good. I enjoy good hip hop. I like that early '90s era hip hop. That's why I'm still stuck at. I listen to some of the new
Yeah.
stuff, but yeah, I love that old '90s hip hop.
Yeah, if you love that kind of hip hop, you'll definitely love my music because it's from like the 90s. From I say my music can relate from the mid 90s to like the mid 2000s.
Okay. Well, we got Big Tank Hank in the house right now.
Yes,
TV
sir. Yes.
Aquatics, All in
All
Tanks.
right. Yep, that's my wife. Yep, yep, yep.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Again, this is Ozzie from All in Tanks. You can find him on Instagram. You can find him on YouTube and everything. So what type of fish are you keeping?
Right now, we have multiple blue American Delta guppies. We
Mm-hmm.
also have coolie loaches. We have neocardinia shrimp. We have red ones. We also have Corridora catfish. We have some dwarf frogs, and our main man, we have Bruce Leroy, who's our better fish. He's our favorite. And we also have some Plecos too. We have
What type
two
of Pleco?
Plecos. I think they're a special kind of Pleco. I forgot the name of them exactly. But yeah, they're called Max and Ruby,
Mm-hmm.
and they're really nice Plecos. They're like the smaller ones. We got them from One Fish, Two Fish, which
Okay.
ironically, she only lives 10 minutes away from us. So
I think I saw the video on those. Those are the red calicos.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, the red calico bushy nose. Yeah, I'm breeding bushy nose. I like the bushy nose.
Yeah, good fish, man. You know, they like cleaning the tank and you know
Mm-hmm.
making sure because with our snails, we also have a lot of snails, but they keep the tank really clean. I like having our tanks natural as possible.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I love that natural setting for them. Like they were really in the wild.
Yep. Yeah, I got
Really.
snails everywhere, bro. I got tons of chocolate. If you ever want some chocolate ramhorn snails, let me know. I mean, they're everywhere.
You got hundreds. I
I
might
got
take you up on that. I appreciate it.
I got pixie snails, which they're the zebra apple snails, but they don't get super big. They still stay small, but they're striped and they breed in fresh water, not like the Nirites. So they kind of look like Nirite
Okay.
snails. And then in my 55, I got assassin snails in there.
Oh wow, yeah, yeah, assassin snails. If you definitely need some snails cleared out, you know, they'll do the job. Population control.
Oh yeah. We got Lady J say, hope y'all having a good week. Happy hump day.
Yep.
And rebuilding our brand. Hello, all in tanks.
That's awesome. We got Melvin in the house too.
So it seems like you kind of enjoying the live bears and the plecos and stuff like that. You kind of fall in that category of people that like live bears, huh?
Yeah, definitely. For now, because we're breeding them. We're breeding for profit.
Oh, yep.
We're trying to breed so we can put money back into the hobby.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we're we do everything on a budget. So we're trying to make that money to supplement the hobby.
Yep. And that's how I started. I understand that. So how you sell your fish? You just taking them to the local fish store?
On Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
We got people on Facebook that are willing. We're starting off local.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing anything like national, or international. Right now we're just getting a feel for how everything works. Right now we just get people off of Facebook. We're in some Facebook groups. Pretty much probably all the fish keepers in our area are in this group. So there's a lot of trading, there's a lot of bartering, there's a lot of selling. So we try to sell shrimp. We try to sell right now pretty soon we can sell some of our blue American Deltas. They're almost ready.
Mm-hmm.
So those take a little time.
Yep.
So yeah, but once we get ready, we can sell them for like 30 to $35 a trio.
Yep. You ever thought
So
about doing aquabid or anything like that?
um we haven't talked about it yet, but I think that'll be the next step.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That'll be the logical next step for us to take.
Yeah, when you're out there breeding for profit and you're trying to get your stuff out there and everything, local stores are good, but don't forget you always get lower than what you really want. But selling direct to the people on stuff like that, like Aquabid, Guild, eBay, and everything, are very
Yeah,
useful and everything to do that.
definitely. We've actually, we've traded with our stores. We've bartered with our stores. We've gotten credit for some of the things that we do bring in, which
Mm-hmm.
is great. We did a video of us bringing in our goldfish Jaws. Um, we brought him in and we got credit for some of the plants too, which was great.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so we're what makes us unique is that we are a couple doing this. We're a family doing this. Um,
Mm-hmm.
my children do have a heavy hand in helping us. They're really,
Mm-hmm.
really, really natural helping, like doing water changes, like identifying fish and shrimp. Like if we need a certain fish out the tank, my son would. I just call my son and he'd find it in 2 seconds. So having that kind of help, you know what I mean? It's just amazing, and we're blessed to have.
Oh yeah, yeah, because that was gonna be one of my questions. I was gonna ask you, how your family's involved because in my family is completely involved in all this. I mean, my wife is behind the scenes, which she's always watching. Love you, babe. And nah, I mean, I know my wife since we were 13 years old. So she's a great woman to have on my team, and behind the scenes, she helps me with everything. Her favorite fish are the angel fish. So,
Nice.
me and her, we enjoy angels, and my kids are in it. I've done videos with my daughter. My daughter's been raising betas. She raised a pair of betas since from babies.
Oh wow. Okay.
So, I had my little girl, learn stuff, and my son too. He identifies them, and he helps me out. The bigger ones, they know it, and I think it's important having them involved in your hobby and knowing why you're over there spending, an hour, 2 hours doing this and that, you know, fish
Right.
keeping and everything. So it's good to
Yeah.
have the
Yeah.
next generation learning.
Yeah. I totally agree. And the next generation, it's very important because it keeps them off of the devices too. All
Yep.
the kids these days want to be like stuck on their devices, and this is a wholesome like hobby. This
Mhm.
hobby can be shared with anyone, and it gives us quality time. And that's the thing that I love about my children is that they're always ready and willing. All we gotta do is call them, they'll drop their devices and rather do this than be on a device.
Yep. It's cool.
Especially my daughter. My daughter's crazy about this hobby. Not to downplay my son, but he loves it too, and he loves his fishes. He loves to fish. By the way, he's been fishing since he was 2 years old, and that's his thing. He just loves fishing, and my daughter's more about the fish keeping. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
know. I got daughters. Daddy's little girls. They're interested in everything you're doing at that age.
yeah. What would you say? You had like 13 kids or something?
Nah, yeah, on his life, Robert. When I was talking to Robert, he asked me, and yeah, I have six.
Yeah, that's a
Six
lot, bro.
grandchildren. Hey,
God bless you.
depends on your definition of a lot.
Yeah, yeah. You ever see Cheaper by the Dozen with
Yeah,
Steve
that's a lot.
Martin?
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
you.
No, that was a lot, bro. I
Bro,
can't do
that's
it.
too much, bro. That's too. And you know what's crazy? Like back in the 1800s, right? That's like I don't know how those women used to have like 15 to 20 kids. You know what I'm saying? And all of them would be years apart too. You know what I mean? Like I have no idea how the women could do that back then and still be alive. You know,
Oh no,
that's
I
just
don't know.
crazy. And these days women can barely have one or two children. I don't know. It's just food for thought.
Yeah, yeah.
Veering
I
off the
mean,
subject a little bit.
they only want to have one or two. It's
That's
amazing.
true.
It's an amazing process.
It
You
is.
know.
It is. If you think about it, that's and something that I'm always thinking about is who started this fish keeping? Whose idea was it to, oh, I'm gonna grab a fish from the lake and just keep it, you know?
Oh man, you know what's funny? A few weeks ago, Aquafunk did a video about googling angelfish,
Yeah.
and I was talking with my wife, and we ended up googling the beginning of fish keeping, and it was something in like the 1600s. Some Chinese emperor decided to build a pond and keep fish, and that's the first um documented thing of
Fish
fish
keeping.
keeping. But even the
Wow.
Egyptians used to keep fish and everything.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, bro, I watch too much history and Discovery Channel.
I love it. I love that
Like,
stuff.
yeah, that's my
I'm all
stuff. You know.
about, bro, we could sit here and talk history all day long, bro. Revolutionary War was my favorite war, bro.
Oh man, you see, I'm more about Animal Planet, pet. You know, the wildlife of like every single
Hmm.
planet. I love watching that stuff. You know what they have in their waterways, what they have in their jungles, inside their ground. I be
Hmm.
watching that deep, crazy. You know, I love watching the
Yeah,
Animal Planet and
yeah.
stuff.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And, like my wife yells at me because I be up staying up all about watching history. There's a channel. There's a channel. I don't know if ever heard of this channel. It's called Biographics.
Yep,
You know that channel?
yep.
Yo, I love that channel. That channel right there, bro, is one of my favorite channels because he tells stories about their life in detail that you won't
Hmm.
know. And it's one life at a time that they're doing, and the one he did recently on Harriet Tubman was amazing. I suggest you watch that because I learned a lot that I didn't know about Harriet Tubman.
Oh yeah,
You
there's
know,
a lot of information out there that we didn't know. That now, watching this stuff, you'll see it. Like I'll be watching the Smithsonian Channel and
yeah,
everything. I've been big onto that one right now, and they have a lot of good information from the inventions of aircrafts all the way down to the craziest inventions ever made, and how they
right,
changed, helped us evolve, as a country and everything.
absolutely.
That's
Yeah, it's amazing how far we came.
Mhm.
And then you think about it in the last 50 years alone,
Oh, technology has gone
that's
crazy, and
crazy.
even, look, we went from talking from fish keeping, going to History Channel. We ended up talking about technology now, and look how crazy that is. Because in this hobby, the hobby has changed so much with technology because of what we're doing right now with YouTube and everything.
Exactly. Yep.
And now you get to see what people are actually doing in their tanks, and what people are breeding all over wherever you're at, and all over your country, and in other countries too. You get to
Absolutely.
see the crossbreeding of fish and everything, and how we're doing just our daily process as fish keepers is really documented more deeply now. And it's something that has gotten the hobby to grow, and we need this hobby to grow because all the different species out there, they are invasive. They we need to help to what's that one, Project Pariba and everything. You know how they're
Yeah.
helping get a lot more fish and everything, and the awareness now is out there more because of YouTube and everything.
Oh, definitely,
Now,
definitely agree.
talking about YouTube too. What's been your best experience doing your YouTube channel since you've been doing it?
Oh, that's easy, man. The best experience I've had was having Aquafunk teach us how to work KindMaster, and then when we successfully put up our first video, that has to be the happiest moment that we shared. You know, my wife and I. She was in tears because she never. This was her dream. You know, this was her dream. You know, it may sound like little, but that was her dream for us to share a channel, a fish tube channel on YouTube, and have and share our journey with the world. You know, like and the fact that I and a few others like Funk and Rob, Aquafunk, they helped us get to that level. You know what I mean? And to finally put out videos, make thumbnails, all that stuff. Because we didn't know how to do none of that stuff. You know, I do music. I know how to do it with music, but not with video. But I figured it out with
Oh
some
yeah.
help, and now I'm getting better and better at it. You know, and there's another moment too that I gotta say that was one of my best moments, and that's the moment when I took over for Aquafunk on the hot seat.
How that all happened there? Because I call y'all three the fish mob. You guys are like the original fish mob, but
Yeah,
y'all in three different states and
yeah.
everything. How did y'all
I
three link up, and how did whole fish mob happen with you guys?
that's a good question that a lot of people don't know. Um, well, I still watch God's stuff. You know, I used to watch his live all the time. He shouldn't have stopped doing his lives because we used to watch his live all the time. We used to watch KG Tropicals a lot, and we would do a date night of it. Every Thursday was our date night where we would just hang out, spend some time together, quality time, which we didn't spend a lot at that time. So Thursdays was really, really special to us. So moving forward, one in the chats, we I was cool with Scott first, and
Mm-hmm.
then Scott was like, "Yo, you got to meet this dude Ozzie," you know, and Aquafunk, you know, we had met because I ended up doing a when Scott was beefing with IFG. I kind
Uh
of
huh.
felt that Scott was kind of like sad. He seemed sad about it, about the whole thing. I don't know if he was, but that's what I picked up on. So I ended up doing a theme song for them. So after I did the theme song, me and Scott got really cool, and then that's how Funk got in the mix because got a hold of Funk, and I told him if you need an intro or something like that, you know, I do it for you. And then one day Tiffany had said something, or I said something during live, and he was like, I guess something went in his head. He was like, "Yo, I gotta help these guys out. You know, I gotta help these guys out." So he Facebook messaged me, and then he got me on WhatsApp. So now we're talking on WhatsApp, and
Mm-hmm.
ever since then, ever since we started talking on WhatsApp, we just kind of just been really, really close. You know, and after he's helped us with how to put up the videos and do the thumbnails and all that. Like, you know, we couldn't thank Funk and Aquafunk and Rob enough for what they've done for us in our
Yeah, yeah. Because
channel.
I got to hear from you from Funk and everything. He told me about your channel, and he told me, "Hey, man, you should holler at him. You know, since you're gonna start doing this, you know, Wednesday night fish talk and everything." So, you know, I was watching your channel and stuff like that, and I was enjoying it. That's the reason I invited you over because Funk told me that you had a good channel over there. So Funk knows everybody now. It seems.
Yeah, yeah. He's such he's such a good dude though, man. You know, he really is. When you get to know him, like past all the jokes and all the funny stuff, like he has a lot of layers to him, man. And he's just one of those dudes that would literally take the shirt off his back for you, man. You know, and he would sacrifice time with his family to help you. He would sacrifice, just things that you couldn't get back. He would
Mm,
sacrifice, and I
true,
know,
true.
I want him to know that we know this and we appreciate this, and but he's such a humble guy that he just wouldn't, you know what I mean? He like doesn't like it when you appreciate him. That's how humble he
Hmm.
is.
Oh
Which
yeah,
I could I could understand,
he's good
but that,
people. He's good.
you know, that still makes us, we're still tight no matter what, you know what I mean? We're
Mhm.
still good friends. We talk every day. My wife and Fong talk a lot too every day. And, we're just all, friends, Rob hits me up every day, um, even if it's just to say, yo, how you doing? You okay? You know?
Mhm.
So just to have friends, friends who are really good friends, even if they're from different states, it doesn't matter. Like these guys treated me better than my own friends that I've known for years up here.
Mhm. Hey,
And
sometimes life happens like that. You part ties with certain friends, and you end up meeting new people in this universe. And you just got to keep moving. Because as you get older, not everybody moves in the same rate.
that's true.
And
That's
the
true.
good thing about this hobby is, you get to meet a lot of different people actually doing the same thing that you're doing. And you get to talk to them every day about doing the hobby, and it's fun for you, and you just get to network more. Now, how many tanks you have right now?
Right now, I have my quarantine tank and so 5 tanks.
You got 5 tanks.
I have a 20 gallon wide long. I got a 10 gallon. I got a 29 gallon high, and then another 29 gallon high, and then another 10 gallon quarantine tank.
Okay. What are you? What's your favorite fish in your fish room right now?
My favorite fish in my fish room?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. I gotta say, obviously, I was gonna say Bob Kaler's. Obviously, Bruce Leroy is my favorite, but I got a runner up here. This little guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
He's my favorite.
That's the blue guppies in there.
Yep, the blue American Delta. Yep, but that's my guy right there. He's really, really, really vibrant. Got a
Mm-hmm.
lot of good color to him, and we're lucky to have him.
Since you've been in this for a little while, and you've been seeing a lot of different fish people keeping, what is your dream fish right now?
My dream fish is the polar blues, polar blue cichlids.
The polar blues.
Yep, I wish I could have some of those.
You can. You got space.
Yeah, I can get it essentially, but
You only got five
um
tanks. You got plenty of room in there.
yeah. I just here where we're living though, it's an apartment complex,
Mm-hmm.
and this apartment complex is kind of wish-washy with having fish tanks and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Um, so I'm praying like when they do the inspection in my apartment, like that they don't say, "Oh, you got to take them down." So
True.
right now we're kind of waiting to put more tanks
Mm-hmm.
until we have an inspection, and then if that inspection goes really well, then we're just going to, probably throw in a couple more tanks somewhere.
Until they
So
say something.
yeah, so I just don't want to do the work of getting the fish, getting all the stuff, and then we got to take it back down. It would just break my heart.
True, true. It's true. I feel you on that.
I just wish, we're working toward the house. We'll eventually get it, but right now, we got to build Tiffany's credit, and yeah, we're on that road right now. Hopefully we'll see the light at the end of the tunnel real soon.
Mm-hmm. Now,
But like
have
I
you
was
been
saying,
enjoying? I'm
Was
gonna
that?
ask you, have you been enjoying breeding fish, and which fish actually have you been successfully breeding right now?
Oh, definitely. I love it. I love doing it, and we've been successful with the guppies, our American blue deltas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and recently, right, we also really successful with the shrimp too. We have
Okay.
tons of healthy looking vibrant shrimp. But now we bought some coolie loaches. I bought 8 of them, which I have in my quarantine tank right now.
Uh-huh.
So that's pretty cool. I love the coolie loaches though too. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, I had them. The only thing, you barely see them.
Yep.
They like to
See,
hide.
ours come out. Ours come out. They do.
Mm-hmm.
They were shy at first, but they come out. They do.
Okay, that's good.
We're lucky with that. You know, we're lucky.
Yeah, because they like to hide pretty well, and
Yeah.
yeah, I used to see mine once in a while. All of a sudden, you see it come out, and I'm like, oh, okay, you're still alive, you know?
It's weird because like Tiffany will be sitting, you know, because we got the tank next to the bed. Tiffany will be sitting down, and I could almost swear the coolie loach comes out just to see her every time. He'll come on the side of the tank and stay there until she leaves. I find that really like odd and interesting.
Hey, I mean, certain fish, they just recognize who you are. You come up to the glass. So I mean, it happens a lot in the hobby and everything. I used to have an
Yeah,
angel fish, and every time we used to walk by, he was like always watching us, steady
yep.
watching, steady watching.
He would follow in whatever direction you're going, right?
Yep.
Yo, it's amazing. You know, fish are smart, man. You know, fish are,
Oh,
people think that fish aren't smart, but fish are really smart. They
oh yeah,
really
they
are.
they are. Yes, they
You know,
are.
they're survivors. They're
Oh yeah,
survivors, you know?
they are. They are. And you know what? I've been seeing in this hobby a lot of the old myths have died of certain things. Where people used to say certain things about breeding fish, doing this. Because when I got into it, a lot of people used to say, "Oh yeah, you got to breed angelfish in RO water. RO water. You can't breed them in hard water because where I'm at, I got hard water."
Right.
And one old guy told me, he was like, "That's just a myth they like to tell people." He was like, "I bred them in hard water." He was like, "If that fish could live in that water, they could breed in that water as long as you take care of them, you feed them right."
Right.
You know, and that's how I started being able to breed my angels. Just breeding them. Giving them good brine shrimp. Getting them nice and healthy, and
Yep.
they breed in hard water. It was just old myths, but now we've been able to really explore the hobby and take it to another length. What we're
Right.
doing and everything, and that's what I'm enjoying. I mean, I think today I ended up watching all your videos again and everything. I was like going through your playlist of your videos and everything,
Thank
and
you.
no problem. And I saw that you ended up getting a python from ROC, wasn't it?
No,
Somebody ended up giving you a python.
no, I got it from the Lucky Schmuck.
Lucky Schmuck, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't, and I got the Python from the Lucky Schmuck.
Uh-huh.
And man, the fish community has been so like we've been so lucky, man. Okay, we
Mm-hmm.
got stuff from Mad Fish Diva, a lot of good stuff from her. We got a lot of good stuff from the Lucky Schmuck. We got a lot of good stuff from Diego. We got it
Mm-hmm.
from Petsodics. We got a lot of good stuff from Meow Aquatic. He got us a hook for a python.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's amazing. Like Meow Aquatics, whether you see this on the replay, thank you again so much. Me and my family are really grateful and thankful for that. And he also got us um one of those things where you can a hatchery for brine shrimp.
Uh-huh.
He got us one of those too, man. And oh my God, like I couldn't believe it. I was like, yo, what is this? You know, like I just
Mm-hmm.
started work getting a Python hook. I look in the box. I'm like, I'm gonna do a video on it too. I look in the box, like, whoa, you know. And Tiffany's like, oh my God, Tiffany went crazy. She went
Yeah, they come
crazy.
in
Like,
handy. It's a night and day doing water changes, you know,
yeah.
with a Python compared to doing it with the buckets, you know.
Oh, it really is. And I suffer from diabetes, man. And I had a couple years back, I had diabetes complications so bad that I have permanent nerve damage in my leg, and I have two torn rotator cuffs where I can't even lift my arm past here without it like popping and hurting.
Hmm.
You know, so like I'm waiting for the surgery, so I can't work right now. Plus my hands, I got onset rheumatoid arthritis in this hand, and I got carpal tunnel in it too. So you know, I got a slew of health problems that stop me from working right now.
See, I got gomelon problems. That's why I went to the Python too, because man, I can't be lifting no buckets. You know, that was a
It's
major thing that
difficult.
happened. Oh yeah, yeah. You know, sitting there changing water, you know, and it helps you whenever you keeping your passion for the hobby. Whenever you start finding ways to make it easier for yourself, you know, to keep fish and everything.
Yeah,
Real
it's you
quick.
know, it's one of
Hmm.
those things where I got really, really lucky. You know, I do have a herniated disc along with lipoma. That's it's like a fatty tissue that
Hmm.
forms when because I used to load trucks for a living, and one day I threw my back out and it formed into a lipoma. And the doctor told me that my lipoma is compressing the nerves in my spine and it's wrapped
Hmm.
around the nerve. So they're nervous about taking it out. So I have to deal with constant pain every day from head to toe.
Hmm. Yeah, you gotta take it easy. But on the medical point too that you brought up, on one of the live stream, I think it was not this week, last week, you guys were talking about how it helped you guys or it helped you um with mental illness, you know, keeping fish, you know, and stuff like that. How has that been such an improvement in your life?
I'm sorry, can you say that again? Because it like cut out.
Doing fish keeping, you know, and your mental healthness. How has that helped you in your in you know in the hobby? Your mental healthness
Oh,
doing, you know, that.
yeah, yeah, that's a good question. Great question, because I just mentioned my physical stuff that I have. I didn't mention
Hmm.
my mental stuff that I have. Um, I suffer from depression, bipolar one, PTSD. So when I started in this hobby, or before I started in this hobby, I would do music. I would do music to help my mental health status, and it would help out a lot. You know, it keep me busy, keep me distracted, keep me focused. But then I slowly transitioned into the fish keeping hobby, and then I ended up loving it. I ended up loving it. You know, just being able to be held accountable for something like fish,
Hmm.
and you know, just knowing that you're creating these little worlds for little fish. You know, little um
The full ecosystem in a glass, you know.
yeah, a full ecosystem that you're creating, and all these little souls, you know, that you basically you're the god of, you know. And I don't want to put it
Hmm.
like that, but you know, like basically you're their god. You're the one who feeds them, takes care of them, you know.
Yeah,
And
I, I look at it like we're the caretakers, you know,
exactly, like
the
we're
caretakers
their caretakers,
of these ecosystems. Yep.
you know. So that right there, you know, there's more to it than I found out that there's way more to it than just fish keeping. I found out that, you know, there's different levels that you have to deal with parameters, that there's
Mm-hmm.
different species that need this, that need that. There's certain plants that helps with this, helps with that. Like I didn't know it was such a technical hobby.
Oh
Once I
yeah.
started getting into it more, and my wife explaining everything to me, you know, and she's a fast talker. One day I'm just sitting there, I'm just like trying to, you know, intake everything she's saying. Everything she's saying is all true too. Like my wife
Mm-hmm.
loves to do research. You know, she loves it. You know, she lives for it.
Mm.
And when she breaks things down for me, the way that I know that she can, like it just makes me want to be in this hobby even more.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like it gives me it like helps with that passion. It helps me
Mm-hmm.
so much, man. It really does. It helps me stay focused, stay accountable. Um, just you know, family, spending the quality time with the family, that's definite plus. And you know, it does help, man. Anyone with
Mm-hmm.
that has mental disabilities, you know, like well, not disabilities, but mental things like depression and stuff like that. I suggest this hobby for somebody
Oh
who's
yeah.
struggling from that.
Oh yeah. It's a fun hobby, you know, mental health or not, you know, I tell a lot of people it's a fun hobby to get into. And
Absolutely.
it's rewarding. To give a quick sample right now in the chat room, I got Shane. He's from my area. And he just told me the butterfly coils he just got from me are doing very well. You know, and you know, talking to different people in the hobby and everything, and then you know, you produce a nice fish for them and everything, and they come back and they tell you, hey, I just got some real nice fish from you, or I enjoyed the same things you do and everything. It's makes you feel like you're not the only crazy person with a garage full of fish, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. For real. Yeah. You know,
I got
I was in
my buddy
I
Zach.
was in, yeah,
Hmm.
I was in a
Oh.
group. I was in a
Hmm.
group, and this one guy, he ended up sharing that he was a fish keeper. I was like, "What? You a fish keeper?" You know what I mean? So like in a group setting, and then somebody mentions fish, you know, you completely connect with that person no matter what. You know,
Hmm.
you start talking about this, start talking about that, start doing this, start, you know. It was just one of those things where I was just like, "Whoa," you know, that's cool. You know?
Talking about connecting with people. Look who just came in. We got Funk in the house. Damn, I'm late to another one.
Okay. My G
We done
made it,
talked about
bro.
you. That's over. We done talked bad about you. It's done. You gotta watch. You gotta watch it again later. Okay.
Hey, Funk, it's all right, bro. We still love you, man. I know you're sick, bro.
Ah, pobrecito está enfermo. Ah.
Está enfermo, bendito.
Nah, Funk, good people right there.
Word, man. He's definitely good person, you know.
Now, do you have any funny stories that happened to you in this hobby since you've been in it?
Yeah. One one time, I think I was getting ready to do a live where I think I just did a water change,
Uh
and
huh.
then I was about to go live, and then when I got up, I tripped over something and fell directly on my face. like literally full weight, boom, on the ground. And my wife and my daughter was like, "Dad, you okay?" Yo, I felt hard though, bro. Like, yo, like I'm surprised I ain't go through the floor. That's how hard it felt. If
Oh
it was
man.
on camera, if I would have caught that on camera, bro, oh my God, bro, that trust me, y'all would be laughing,
You
bro.
would have been monetized by now, bro. That shit would
Yeah.
have been blown up. You see? You missed that
Word.
moment. You missed the
Nah, I know,
moment
right?
right there.
Man, that was just so hilarious, bro. I just laid there. I stayed on the ground too. I just rolled over, stayed on the ground like Oh man, good times.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh
Now,
man, I wish we would have got that.
earlier we were talking about, family being involved in the hobby and stuff like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You feel your kid's gonna keep on with the tradition?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If God forbid, if my wife dies and I die, God forbid, I believe that they will pick up the hobby one day when they're old enough and responsible
Hmm.
enough. No, God forbid,
Yeah,
just saying. But
yeah.
regardless, I do think when they get of age, they will they will. I think they will.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Hmm.
What we got? Hold on, we got Wyoming. He said he just subscribed to your channel. Yeah, everybody, don't
Oh,
forget All in Tanks on YouTube. Check them out. Go over there. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell. And you got what? Instagram too, right?
yes, I do. All in tanks, Ozzie.
What about Facebook? Are you on Facebook?
Yep, Ozzie Octane Smith on Facebook.
Okay. Wyoming
It,
say moving all my guppy tanks into a garage pond soon. Hope I have no serious mishap. That's the now. Would you ever get into doing outside containers with fish?
oh, absolutely. In a heartbeat. In a
Hmm.
heartbeat. I would love to. There's no doubt about that. I would love to.
Yeah, I mean, it's rewarding and it's different and it's fun to do. But I know you up there in in New York and stuff like that. So you
Yeah,
guys have such a short window to actually keep fish outside and bring them in.
exactly. Yep. Just a couple months. It's like as soon as we put them up, we got to take them down. You know.
Yep.
But yo, to answer Shane's question real quick, my
Hmm.
my link. If you go to the search, just go to All In Tanks, and you should see us. Just to answer
Yep.
his question, he said, if we had a link, so that's the best I could, the best I
Hmm.
could do.
Yeah, definitely. Just search it, All in Tanks. You'll be able to find him. He'll pop up right away. Um, Zach's saying, when are you going to do a video on my fish? That's my buddy Zach, bro, and he does
What's
monster
up, Zach?
fish. He does monster fish out here and everything. And I got some angels. I did a video on them. It's just on Instagram. Okay, I gotta go to your fish room next. I want to do a video at his house one day, bro.
Word.
He's doing Jaguars cross with Jack Dempsey's.
Oh, word. That's nice. Okay.
So it's a blue Jaguar. And since we're in this topic of hybrids, what's your opinion on hybrids?
On the hybrids?
Yeah, because I mean, you said you wouldn't mind the polar blues convicts,
Yeah,
So,
as long as the hybrids are hardy
hmm.
and good fish, like
Yep.
worth to have,
Hmm.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it because I like parrotfish and also like convicts. So it's like
Hmm.
like them together, you get the polar blue, but like that fish is just so I don't know what it is, man. I'm just drawn to that fish. Like as
Yeah.
far as it being a hybrid, I don't put much thought into that.
Hmm.
As long as it's one of those fish that makes you happy, one of those fish that can elevate your interest in the hobby, and I say, hey,
Hmm.
I'm all for it.
Yep. I feel you on that. Like, I mean, like I'm gonna be getting more, into some cichlids later on and everything. I'm kind of more back into what I like to do right now and everything. Been breeding the stuff that I enjoy more and everything. But I mean, I had flower
Absolutely,
horns and stuff like that, and I think it's great for the hobby if they do it in the right way.
absolutely. You know, as long as you take care of your fish and you take care of yourself, that you can be successful in your hobby.
Yep.
I firmly believe that you have to focus on yourself before you focus on anything else.
Yep. I look at it too as if they don't become an invasive species in an area, and we do the hobby and keep these fish the proper way instead of dumping fish,
Yeah,
anywhere. I think it's
right.
cool to do that, especially hybridize and breed more fish instead of taking from the wild, because ecosystems are hurting because
Oh
of
yeah,
the too much fish being taken out. So us actually breeding our fish at home and passing it through the hobby is actually going green. If you want to look at it like that, like our hobby,
yeah.
we need to start going green.
Absolutely. I totally understand that. And let me rephrase about what I said in the last question, that I do support, as long as it's a hybrid, that it stays within the fish keeping community.
Yep.
That's something that is truly important. 'Cause right now up here in our ecosystems, we have gobies, and they are really invasive to our ecosystem up here. They may not be invasive in some other places, but they are up here. So
You don't want to hear the list of stuff we have in bases out here, bro.
probably tons.
Bro, like Shane said, we got the red jewel cichlids invasive. I know places where there's African cichlids mixing with South American cichlids. There's places where there's Oscars running wild, bro.
Wow.
Snake heads. I mean, there's so much stuff out here. I mean, there's so much stuff that's invasive. You really could just be like, I'm just gonna throw a net and go fill up my tanks. If you really
Right,
wanted to.
right.
You
That's amazing. That's amazing.
it's a good bad thing. That's the way I look at it. It's a
Yeah,
good bad thing. Because
absolutely.
mhm, too many people just dumping fish. I mean, there's snake heads out here wild. You know.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's snakeheads ain't no joke, man. And like Rob and I and Renzo were talking about him earlier. We were cracking jokes about us getting one and not saying nothing and stuff, but those fish, way too aggressive.
Oh yeah.
Way too aggressive to have or
Oh.
to set out in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
This is not good.
Yeah, it messes up the ecosystem. It just messes up a lot of things, and then, when you start talking about all different types of pets, just Florida has so much invasive stuff out here, man.
Right.
It's crazy. You see, look,
Really
my
is.
people are putting everything that we have invasive. We had clown knife that are out here too. Yeah, the Oscars. Common plecos. Bro, you guys see the common plecos in the rivers out here. They're humongous.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Mm-hmm.
Peacock bass, Mayan cichlids.
Wow. Word. Yeah, you guys got a lot out there, man.
At least all you guys got gobies.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think there's some more, but I don't know. But it's definitely not the list that you have by far.
Oh yeah, I know the giant carps have been making it, to the north and everything too.
Yeah, yeah,
So
we got carp up here. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Now, have you gone collecting ever?
No. My son, like I said, my son loves to fish. We never collected, but I don't know. Maybe that's something in the future that him and I can do.
Oh yeah.
Just to have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nice.
Oh yeah, man. It'd be fun to go out there. It's especially when you're doing it with your kids. It's more than just collecting fish. It's actually a bonding experience. And
Absolutely.
to us as parents, in this hobby, we looking at it as, oh yeah, I went with my son collected this fish. But our kids look at it like me and dad or me and mom went and got this fish and we put in this tank and we're taking care of it and we're raising it and we're feeding it. You know what I mean? Like they look at it more of a bond. So doing stuff like that with your kids, it's always cool to do. Like my daughter, like I was telling you, she did the betas, and she enjoys it. She likes going over there and feeding them and stuff like that. And it goes back to keeping our kids involved in this hobby, for we keep the next generation going in this hobby.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that, man. Anything that if you do have families, you do have kids, anything that you can do for them to enjoy the hobby and breathe new life into the hobby with them, and I think and them saying tag you're it is definitely one of those things that I think every fish keeper with kids would want.
Oh yeah. Okay,
That's
definitely.
for sure, 100%.
So real quick, we're getting towards the end. How you doing, Shane? Now, everybody, I appreciate everybody joining us for the live stream and everything, and being here, talking to Ozzie. And I want to let everybody know right now on royalfishaquatic.com, I got promo code SEP10 for 10% of your entire purchase. So everybody that's watching the live stream, you get the promo code. You guys get to go on the website, get 10% of your entire purchase and everything. And go to Ozzie's Cash App. And if you want to help Ozzie out, there goes the Cash App link right there, and you too could go to his YouTube channel and everything. Now,
I just want to share the Cash App is based on me getting my license back, so that because my wife Tiffany, she has agoraphobia and she suffers from chronic migraines, and I don't have my license right now, and I have to pay these fines off. And I could use some help to do it if I could hurry back and get my license and make sure that this situation doesn't happen again, where I got pulled over trying to do something from that felt I needed to do for my family. Like I was trying to do the right thing, but ended up getting pulled over by some racist police, and getting fined like 11 tickets, and it's just ridiculous. And whatever you guys could do, it's definitely something that I'm trying to work towards. And if I do get my license, man, I'll be deeply, deeply appreciated. The day I get it. So thank you, guys.
Definitely, man. You gotta get that license back, man, because
yeah,
can't be on the streets without it.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It's rough.
Well, to finish off the live stream, I want to ask you, since especially you to me, you getting the freshman of the year award in this hobby, because this is like your freshman year. You just started and stuff like that. What advice can you give everybody out there that wants to start this hobby?
If you're willing to stay dedicated, if you're willing to hold yourself accountable for being responsible for these little lives of these fish, and and also it can open the door to something that's special, that's more special than and what's more special is the people that you meet across the way while you're in this hobby. And I gotta say, I've met some of the most stand-up people that I've ever met during being on this hobby. And I feel blessed. I feel blessed that I have had the opportunity to be a part of this community. And my advice would just say, man, just be cool, be respectful with people, treat people the way you want to be treated when you do encounter them, and take care of your fish, and make sure you go all in if you do it.
Oh yeah, you gotta give it 110%, in this hobby. But like you were saying, you get to meet a lot of great people, and the thing about it is, in this hobby, we meet people of all different types of culture, religious belief, political belief, regions completely. I mean, I have met people from all over the world that watch the channel and stuff like that. And
sexual orientation.
We learn how to put everything else aside and be fish keepers and talk to each other about the hobby. And that's one rare thing in life right now that I have seen. Most people always got to put their 2 cents in about their belief, their religion, their political beliefs, all that stuff into whatever they're doing. And in fish keeping, these fish don't care what color you are as long as you take care of them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's fun. It's fun to do and meet different people in the hobby and stuff. Just like I got to
Definitely.
meet you and I got to have you here and, got to get to know you more. Now I know who Ozzie is now. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it, bro. Deeply appreciate it.
Definitely. And we got to do it again, over here or with Rob or, we got to start having you do some live streams too.
Yeah, that's coming soon. It's
Oh,
definitely coming
definitely.
soon.
Mm-hmm. But I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Don't want to keep you guys longer than an hour just because I appreciate your time and I know time is money. But everybody, thank you for joining me. Get to meet Ozzie. Check out Ozzie on YouTube, All in Tanks. And everybody have a blessed night.
Thank you guys. Peace.